Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Dairoku, and we are getting the bad endings. Well, the bad ending and then the friendship ending for Akuro, and I'm gonna see, because it says it unlocks 1 CG for each one, but we're missing an Akuro CG. So, I don't know. I mean, there is the common route game over Akuro thing, which, I mean, I guess. I don't know how that's different. I don't remember. God, I cannot remember. Anyway, we're just gonna start here. So, anyway, we're attack Akuro this time. We're doing the bad ending, the lost love. So, please don't. Now's my only chance to stop Akuro. Such a heavy thought crossed my mind. Koya! Just from having his name called, he knew what I wanted to do and jumped on Akuro. Akuro's eyes were focused on Koya, and in the next moment... Gah! Sami's attack captured Akuro when he crumpled to the ground. Now's my chance! I swiftly cast an apprehension spell on Akuro. At the same time, so did Sami. Now Akuro had 2 bindings. However... How tricky. Our spells, which should have been effective, were easily lifted. Does he get... I wonder if they seal him because of this. And Akuro slowly got up. The aura that was emanating from his body grew even stronger, enough to wear away rocks into sand. What are you doing? Hurry and stop him! What? You guys angered Akuro to this extent? Don't talk back to me! He's gonna kill us all! Akuro... Facing Akuro like this made everyone else's voice sound so distant. Akuro, I'm so sorry, but please stop. I don't want you to do that. Akuro's fingers wrapped around my throat. As he picked me up, it became harder to breathe, and I started to feel that my life was in danger. Does he actually kill us? That'd be shocking. But no, Akuro isn't trying to kill me. That's what I believed. If he really wanted to kill me, he would have crushed my throat already. Akuro... My hands moved over his fingers, trying to release his grip around my throat. It was something that I did without thinking. Some biological instinct that compelled me to act in a desperation to survive, but... Akuro... Akuro! That wasn't what my heart wanted. I didn't want to reject him. I also didn't want his sorrow to be suffered alone. Why are you... I used all my strength to hold Akuro's hand as tightly as I could, not to escape from him, but to keep him connected to our side. Oh, why don't you guys end it there? Restrain! With a quiet voice, he cast a restraining spell. Oh! Suddenly, Akuro let go of me. I lost my balance and fell to the floor. Are you okay? Yakumo came running up to me and helped me up. Akuro took one glance at me and slowly turned his gaze to Chief Tokiwa. Undo the spell this instant. Sorry, but I can't do that. But you also didn't plan on continuing what you were doing either, right? Chief Tokiwa's spell had stopped Akuro. However, both the chief and I had the same opinion. Akuro wouldn't have strangled me to death. Chief! Chief! Why can't I say Chief in Sami's voice? He's like, Chief! Hey, Chief! What's up? What the fuck is this? Anyway. Please allow me to explain the situation. These guys approached Akuro without Yeah, I saw that on my report. And from the other Ayakashimori, I had to check some things, so I was late, but... Chief Tokiwa! That's what the young one says, but if we didn't take action, this dangerous Oni, the Aki, would have been led astray. Seal him this instant! Don't tell me you of all people would ignore my request! Sakuma, I apologize for putting you in danger. However, the realm of the dead has its own rules. I know you're eager to finish your investigation, but you cannot do as you please without my approval, or I won't be able to protect you. What? Well, like I said, the fact that you have to protect us is proof enough that this Ayakashi is dangerous. You can think that if you like. However, When I said protect, I wasn't exactly referring to your life. What? You bastard! Do you plan on threatening me? The three of you, Division 1 will not be the only ones looking into this incident anymore. Without letting Sakuma finish, the chief turned to address us. What? Really, Chief? Yeah, if the Ayakashi and Sakuratani are the ones being suspected, then we can't just sit here and not investigate. I've gotten approval from the higher-ups to cooperate on the investigation. This is basically the same, but it won't let me skip because it doesn't count as previously read, but anyway. I was wondering why I couldn't get a hold of you. I see now. Sorry, the only thing this old guy is good for is making deals. Wait a minute! I'm not in favor of this! Those Ayakashimori could potentially be conspiring with the Aki. What? That was such a horrible accusation. I couldn't stay quiet. On what grounds are you saying this? Ha! You can't tell. You guys are overly protective of that monster. I'll tell everyone what I saw. That's right. The Ayakashimori didn't steal the Aki. There was even one who was suicidal. You really are a lost cause. What do I do? What will he do if he really makes reports that pin us as accomplices? Akuro's position will be worse. Now, calm down. The higher-ups have already heard about that. What? Isn't it obvious? I already reported it before you came here saying all that stuff. Of course, it was also brought up during my discussion. The higher-ups decided it's best that Division 1 and Division 6 cooperate. Sakuma's squad will remain on standby at the Nakakuni office. Us on standby? Who approved this? Were you not listening? The higher-ups decided we'll cooperate. The chief of Division 1 approved it as well. Do you need me to speak slower? Anyway. So then, the chief of the 6th, yours truly, has the deciding power in this investigation. Do you understand? I'm just imagining Jun Fukuyama saying all of this, and it's just hot, okay? Just, like, God damn it! Anyway. Very well. It's true you guys couldn't take action according to the rules. You've lost your cool, so I should handle this. This was the scene. I was like, didn't we save before? Yes, because we saved at attack Akuro or protect Akuro, and then we got this whole, him having this fun field day, and I was like, I can't wait to hear that we're going to play this. Because we have to be able to hear him speaking, and 3 hours into the end part, it'll be like, we've heard him, shh, we're going to listen to all his lines. Not me, home alone, doing nothing, listening to fucking Tokiwa talk. Anyway. But fear not, Sakuma. When I say the 6th will investigate, I'm excluding the Seimi squad. Rather, we'll be monitoring Akuro directly. As the highest authority in Sakuratani, I make the final decision on any related matters. If you have any objectives... objectives? I think it's supposed to be objections. Because I read objectives, and I'm like, that's not right. Now that's what it says, but I think it's supposed to be if you have any objections, I'm happy to listen. So with that said, unfortunately, I can't allow you to return to the real world from Nakakuni just yet. The look on his face, the sly son of a bitch. Fine! So I should stay in Nakakuni? What? Sakuma? You're gonna listen to them? Shut up! Don't talk back to me! You guys just listen to me! And I have a plan. You said that out loud and we're right here. Sakuma shouted at his subordinates and they left Azuchi Castle with Chief Tokiwa's Shikigami monitoring them. So slightly different. The harsh truth. Lost love and... Oh! This is where you get it and you're like... Oh! Anyway. Sorry about all this, Akuro. Even when Chief Tokiwa spoke to him, Akuro kept himself quite silent and reserved. He remained in Aki, his long horns extended. It's not like this binding spell makes you mute. You just don't want to talk, huh? Keeping your silence won't be beneficial. It's fine, Tokitsugu. I'm just thankful that you're here. I'd like you to just stay put and listen. Akuro... I'm so worried about him, but I'll see what Chief Tokiwa has to say. After I was done with my meeting with you guys, I got a hold of Tokitaka. I'm sure you all have noticed by now, but Sakuma is trying to force the situation and blame it all on an Aki as the culprit. Wow! He's hiding his mistake with the first victim. I don't want to assume, but I think so. Tokitaka thought this was all odd, so he's been investigating on his own. There's a strong chance the culprit is a ghost. We found a few hints and we're currently investigating, but if we can't find the true culprit, then... the Six should do the investigation and try to expose all the lies and contradictions the Sakuma squad is guilty of. Tokitaka's working hard in the real world, so we have to do our part to prove that Akuro is innocent. Alright, let's work hard on this! Oh, wait a minute. We aren't allowed to join in the investigation. What? So, wait, is it true that we're being monitored? I'm sorry, but I needed that front in order to lock them in. I guess we'll let the other squad shine for once. So, Spacey, like said, stay here with Okuro. What? We don't need to scatter. It's best the target is together so it won't be hard for a Shikigami. Knowing Itsuya, he'd be able to handle it. Tadashi and I'll go to Nakakuni to deal with them. If they make things worse, they're screwed. Sammy glanced over at Hakuro. No, please don't. Tokitsugu, you don't have to egg them on. I really don't want any more problems. Oh yeah? I thought we could let them try to fight us and get solid proof that they're at fault. Chief, would you rather we monitor Tokitsugu then? Yaku was like, do you want me to watch him? Because he's a loose cannon. Yeah. You guys are something. Especially you, Tokitsugu. I will personally monitor you. We're heading back to the office together. Well, Spacey, take care of Akuro. Oh, okay. Chief Tokiwa, Seimi, and Yakumo all looked over at Akuro, after which they left the room. I really can stay with Akuro. I thought Seimi was only kidding. His Shikigami in its paper form was nearby, floating in the air, but suddenly, silence fell between us. Oh, that's right. Akuro, are you okay with Chief Tokiwa's spell? He didn't release you, did he? Maybe he doesn't want to talk. Then, I guess that's fine. But I don't know. Would that mean I'm respecting Akuro? Do I give up trying to understand him? I want to get out of here. What? I don't want Ibaragi or Shuten to see this. The same for the other Ayakashi. Akuro... His voice was quiet, but I think those were the words that Akuro was able to squeeze out. I'm sure Akuro didn't want even us to see him like this. I sensed that much. I couldn't protect Akuro. Understood. Let's go. I looked around the room and picked up a beautiful blanket that had been laid out and left the room with Akuro. Feelings. I'm sure not many would come here. I was a little worried we'd run into snow people, but we got to the outskirts without bumping into anyone. Akuro, it should be fine here. I spoke, and Akuro took off the small blanket hiding his Aki horns. Are you cold at all? Huh? Use this. Akuro put the blanket over my shoulders. Thank you. Why aren't you afraid of me? Are you hiding your fear? Are you feeling sorry for me? It seemed like he was enduring something much greater than the words he uttered. But I don't understand you, and you don't seem to be scared of me at all. Akuro... I reached out to him and touched his fist that was clenched so tightly. It's because I'm not afraid. Akuro looked surprised to hear that and slowly opened up. I am an Aki. As horrific as you see me now. In the past, I wasn't the kind Oni that you have known me to be. I don't care about your past. I've come to like the current you, Akuro. What? If you don't see yourself as a kind Oni, then so be it. You're allowed to think what you want, but I think you're kind, Akuro. From the moment I first met you, I've seen you as nothing but kind to others. As far as I'm concerned, that's all that matters. I guess you have a point. I like you, too. Excuse me? His sudden words made me react so awkwardly, and yet this is the lost love end, so I just feel like he's going to be taken away from us. And now that you told me you like me, I'm finally able to put into words how I feel about you. Like? Wait. I felt guilty that I made you scared. I also thought that you were looking out for me because I might become reckless. When I was besieged by nightmares, I felt at ease with you by my side. And this is all because I have feelings for you. It's been a while since anyone's made me feel this way, so I didn't recognize it at first. Again, his little smirk. Huh? Oh, huh? Like, you mean... Oh, do you mean to say you liked me as a friend? As in, not in love? That would be plenty for me to be happy. In that case, it would make my love for you unrequited. That's not true! Huh? No, I don't know how to put this. I don't think it's unrequited. Aww. Look at her goofy face! It's cute, but it's a little goofy. And he looks like, yeah, like, come on, we're gonna go to the mall. Like, his face is so serious and sleepy almost. Like, what is happening? Then, will you listen to my past? Because I love you, I want you to know everything and still not leave my side. Maybe that's my ego talking. I realized that the fist Akuro had been clenching so tightly it relaxed a little. And before we knew it, our fingers were intertwined. Please tell me. I want to listen to everything that you'd like to reveal to me. Right. Thank you. And from there, Akuro slowly started to open up about his time as a human. He lived as the leader of the Matsurawanu people, those who didn't comply with the imperial court and were called Oni. He was angered by the death of his friends, slaughtered by the imperial court because they got in the way. He became a real Aki then. I existed under the real world as an Aki upon losing my sense of self, until I met the Onmyoji who sent me to Sakuratani. And the ones who had killed my friends were long gone, and the world was changing. And that's when I came to Sakuratani as an Oni. But now I'm an Aki again, and my grudges and my anger have not faded. Maybe they're ingrained in my soul. As long as this feeling remains, do you think history will repeat itself? His fingertips grip me a little tighter. It'll be okay. I may not be able to understand everything you felt back then, but I can stay by your side now and do my best to change the thoughts and feelings still inside you. When I told him that, Akira gripped my fingers even more tightly. If this didn't have, like, the little pop-up things that go up at the top that says, Lost Love End, you'd be like, oh, okay, this isn't, like, you wouldn't know. You'd be like, oh, alright, and then it's gonna get ripped away from you? I don't know if it's worse or better. Like, is it better that it tells you Lost Love End because you're like, this just feels really nice and you're gonna take this away from me? Wait, what? Or if it would be worse to not know and think, like, okay, maybe we got a good ending, and then he gets ripped away and you're like, wait, what? Like, I don't know. Like, if you weren't using a guide and you tripped into this? Like, is it better to know? I don't know, anyway. That's why I want you to continue to be here with me, Akuro. Akuro suddenly drew me into a strong embrace. I don't want to leave you. Akuro whispered in my ear. Though his body against me was cold, the breath that tickled my ear was warm. Yes, I feel the same way. I adore you, Spacey. I love you. Yes. It was almost a whisper, as if he was trying to suppress his feelings. Every time I hear Akuro's voice like that, my heart pounds and it's hard for me to breathe. I feel warm. Hearing Akuro's passionate words warmed my heart so much that my body began to heat up. I almost felt as though I would melt. I slowly slid my hand across Akuro's horns and felt that they had returned to the size I was familiar with. Because you can't see them? Hello? Girl, use your eyes. Look with your eyes, not with your hands. Well, I mean, he might like it. We're like stroking his horns out here in the middle of the woods. Like, girl. Sudden occurrence. At the same time, inside the Seimi Squad office in Nakakuni, there was widespread unrest among the Ayakashimori. What do you mean there's an Onmyoji and Makatsui not part of the agency? Sakuma's subordinates set it up. They got approval from the higher-ups already. I never saw it. Let's go to his place then. Tadashi, you... Right, I'll head to their place. I'll head over right away. Hurry! Oh my god, they're gonna seal Akuro without us. Without warning. This son of a bitch. Chief Tokiwa! What's the meaning of this? An angry Sakuma was suppressed by a Shikigami. His subordinates groaned powerlessly. Right back at you, Sakuma. Why is there movement in the real world? I clearly told you to stand by. Huh! This is how you do that? You've trapped me in a room and cut off my comms? You're easy on Ayakashi and strict on humans. We're strict on trash, okay? We go green here. We take out the trash and we recycle. Because Sakuma's trash. That didn't go well, but you get what I was saying. Because you're trash, so we're hard on trash and easy on nature. Something Sakuma's trash. That's what I was getting at. Anyway. If you can't respect your superiors, you're done for. Forget your crap. How did you make contact? What are you doing with this rogue on Myoji? Haha, can't you tell? Apprehending the Aki. I was lucky this was very I was lucky. Wow. I was lucky this was a very respectful Shikigami. At least he didn't watch me in the bathroom. Oh, don't get me wrong, though. The device you confiscated from me was for work. I just happen to have my personal one, which I used to share my horrific experience. I told them about a loose Aki and Sakuratani that Ayakashimori were trying to cover up. You're the scum of the earth, you know that? Tokitsugu, forget it. Let's get to Akuro's. Roger. No. No, I'm Tokiwa. Seal. Oh, they are gonna seal him. Oh. What? The Onmyoji's heading this way. Yakumo contacted me and I desperately looked around. I didn't see anyone at the snowfield yet, but judging from what Yakumo said, it was only a matter of time. That's right. This is the game where the endings are very long. I couldn't remember in the last part. I was like, are these the ones where they go really fast or are they really long? No, they're very long, which is good. I mean, I'm just saying, you get your money's worth, but I forgot. So anyway. Akuro, I'll explain as we walk. Let's head away from here. Yakumo? You guys! Oh! Yakumo had teleported right before us, and just like he sounded on the phone, he was clearly in a panic. There's nowhere to escape. I'll draw them away. You guys go elsewhere in the meantime. The chief and Tokitsugu are following. There they are! That's the Oni! Or, it's that Oni, sorry. Let's go. Okay. We took one another's hand and ran off. What do we do? If we go toward Makatsui, we may bump into an Onmyoji. There isn't a place to hide. Oh, it's from the chief! I was hoping for him to give me the all clear. However... What? Seal? Yeah, Sakuma's subordinate called for more Onmyoji than I anticipated. Tokitsugu and I are dealing with them, but they're breaking through. Then I'll use a teleportation and keep running through all of Sakuratani. They're searching all of Sakuratani. If you teleport and find yourself face to face with them, it'll get worse. And this is it. The Onmyoji have plans to take him down. If that happens, Akuro will disappear. If it's only a seal, Akuro will return when it's lifted. The device fell from my hand. No, I threw it away. He suggested that I seal Akuro. Are you okay, Spacey? Yeah, but we have to get out of here fast. Kikutsune? Amatsuna? Where should we teleport? Where's the safest? Spacey. Akuro did what he did to me earlier. Just like the time we were spending alone, he hugged me tightly. And after we spent a time where it was hard for me to breathe, Akuro let go of me and looked me in the eye. Seal me. We don't have time, right? What? Akuro voiced the option that I wanted the least. My whole body shook with fear and anger, and this is worse, you have to seal him. No, there has to be another way. And that may be true. However, if on the off chance they defeat me, I'll have to say goodbye forever. Besides, if you seal me, you'll prove the Ayakashimori weren't accomplices. I don't care! I don't care what anyone thinks about me! You mustn't say something like that. You're a wonderful Ayakashimori. Akuro's fingers softly graced my cheeks. I realized I was crying. I'm a little relieved. And when I became an Aki out of rage, I was in despair that I had to spend eternity in the most horrific state. I even did something horrible to you, and that would be my last memory. Akuro, those sounded like parting words. I mean, they are. This is the loss. Okay, this is why it sucks. You're like, no, I don't like this anymore. I haven't accepted that yet, but as time passes, I try to keep this horrific thought from becoming the truth. These horrific thoughts or this horrific thought. Not singular and plural at the same time, game. It doesn't work like that. This is not Schrodinger's tense. You trusted me and accepted me. You loved me. I'm not scared at all. I'm happy. Even if my memories don't disappear, I found that someone I love can give me peace. The noise was nearing. I felt like Yakumo was screaming something at me. Kokoro, is it over? It's not over. I was saved. I'm glad the last person I saw, the last person I touched, was you, Spacey. Way to ruin the game by putting the wrong name in, game. Jesus. Ruin the moment. We just sealed our boyfriend. Is he like in a little marble that we're just going to carry around with us forever? Because obviously he's not coming back out. It's not temporary. Ayakashimori, where's the Aki? The shouting voice stopped. They should know where Akuro went. They can see for themselves. Spacey, no! Akuro! I'm sorry, because I couldn't stop them. Yakumo. Yakumo's shoulders shook. Chief Tokiwa and Seimi, who came later, got him back up. You did it, huh? Yes. I see. Seimi nodded and he stared at Akuro, who looked completely different. Oh, so this is a second CG. Okay, so this one had two. I was like, this, we're missing one, so here we go. Although Akuro's time had stopped because of what I had done for him, he looked eerily gorgeous. He really does. He's like happy. It's so funny, so when you seal him, he just turns into crystal like that. Okay. So you can't like carry him around in your pocket and keep him with you at all times. Like, he's not like in a little... Look, we've played other games with Ayakashi, and when they're sealed, they go into like little gems or some shit, not like giant glass fucking statues. But like... But he's never coming out. That's the sad part, because this is the bad ending. Like... But he's happy in it. It's pretty. Do you see now? There's nothing left for you to do here. You can go. Tokitsugu, Tadashi, let's go. We still have work to do. Right. Okay. Chief Tokiwa didn't say my name. A lot of footsteps left us in the snowfield. Only Akuro and I remained. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Akuro. No matter how many times I apologized, my sense of guilt would never leave me. But even then, I leaned on Akuro's cold body as I continued to apologize. My stomach is screaming at me. I'm so fucking hungry right now. Shit. I started to play because I was like, I'm not hungry, I'll eat later. And then I'm like, I'm starving, I'm gonna die. My stomach is growling in anger. How dare you! Changes in Makatsui. This is my 3rd year as an Ayakashimori. Is he still sealed? Why can't we unseal him? I'm sure his bullshit paper trails and red tape bureaucracy bullshit. Hey, you trying to start shit, bro? Step up then, what are you gonna do? Oh, another fight. Once I heard the commotion, I tried to step in, but... Hey, you bastards! You want your games taken away? Oh, watch out. Shuten has a shorter temper than Akuro did. He'll literally take the games away. Sorry! Oh, Shuten and Ibaraki. I didn't even have to do anything. The two Oni immediately fell quiet, and Ibaraki gave them a kampeto. Oh, they're both the new Akuro. I'm sorry, I like you both, but the two of you combined will never be the same man that Akuro was. It's not even close. So long as you get it, we're cool. You represent Makatsui. Don't forget that. Oh, okay, thank you so much, Ibaraki. We're so lucky you're a kind big brother. Hey, do you think this is messed up? Why do I have to be the bad cop and you get to be the good cop? Because you're dumb. What? Dumb? Dumb? How dare you? Yes, dumb. We all know it. Oh, hey, Spacey. Ibaraki noticed me and he gave me a light wave. Good evening. Thanks for going on rounds today.
This is nothing. Are you in over to see Akuro again?
Yes, I'm about to go make my rounds in the snowfield, too. I send him my regards. I tell him another peaceful day in Makatsui. Okay. We're doing this so happily, and yet I want to cry. Near future. Akuro, Ibaragi and Shuten were working really hard today as usual. Oh, and the other Ayakashi, and the cat charms that became Tsukumogami, they're doing good too. Ugh. I softly touched the crystal that Akuro was sealed in. Maybe it's because he's in the snowfield. That's why he's as cold as ice. Akuro, are you cold at all? I hope it's warm inside. I said that and I breathed into my hand. I traced my fingers across the crystal. I heard the seal of an Ayakashi takes a few hundred years to be lifted. So it's not like, okay, we sealed him, he's fine, and then we can take it off. It just has to gradually fit. Oh, I don't like that. Oh! I was wondering, I'm like, why can't we unseal him? Is it red tape that we maybe... Nope, we're going to be dead. But I still have faith I'll see you again. No. I'm not just going to have faith and wait. I'll find a way to get you out, or we're going to get so fucking upset and depressed emotion that we're going to turn into an Oni. That's fine, that works. Wait for me, Akuro. Oh, oh! I kissed the thick crystal. Oh, I don't like this one. I wonder if it's inappropriate for me to kiss someone who's sleeping. My cheeks were heating up at the thought. But knowing Akuro, I know he'd laugh and forgive me. I think this one hurts more because I love him so much. It's like, no, I don't like this. Oh. Did you just hear crystal smashing? I don't know if all the ends, like, I'm like, did I just hear something smashing in the background? Like, can we just pretend it's not the Lost Love end and then he just busted out of that crystal because the power of love and shit? Like, right? The power of love and the power of friendship and the power of love and friendship is like the strongest fucking Captain Planet powers. Come on. Stop it. Anyway. Okay. Oh, no, actually, that's not right. Shit, that was the wrong save. Whoopsie. Load. This is the one we wanted. Yes. This is where we did the friendship end. So this is the, like, okay, we're buddies, I guess. Observe the teacup closely. Who knows when I'll get another chance? I'll stick around and check it out. Thank you. I stare at the teacup in Akuro's hand. It looks like an ordinary teacup. So far. It would occasionally shiver a bit, but nothing else that was noticeably strange. I bet it's so rare in the real world to see the birth of a Tsukumogami, right? Yes. Wait, what? We're able to see this in the real world too? Yes. Vessels that have been around a while are inhabited by gods and spirits. They can change. That's why your shit moves around. It's either a ghost in your house or the item is moving. Like, so does that mean everything in Toy Story was a Tsukumogami? Or, like, are both of these universes the same? So, like, if you have a toy that's alive when you're not in the room, but then there's also objects that are alive because they're possessed by gods or spirits, that's just too much. Anyway. So I'm never really alone or talking to myself. I'm talking to my things, which may or may not be alive, but probably are. Think about all the roles from different movies and reality. I'm very confused. In the past, people would destroy antiques before they had the chance to become Tsukumogami. Destroy? No matter the item, they were destroyed by the 99th year. Some were lucky enough to survive and transform, thanks to the help of their masters.
In my case, I was forgotten and left in storage. Before I knew it, almost 100 years had passed.
I was well taken care of. I'm glad I was able to make it. It was difficult to pacify Hajun on the matter. He said that the Tsukumogami teacup was his, and to lock it in a cage so it didn't wander off. I knew he was fond of me, but in the end, he also knew that I was an Ayakashi. So, then you used to belong to Hajun? Yes? Have you heard of a Yohen Tenmoku teacup? Sure. I've only ever seen them in pictures, but I know they're national treasures. I've heard it was the lost Yohen Tenmoku tea bowl handed to Hajun from the Shogun, and now resides in Sakuratani as a Tsukumogami. The shocking truth had me speechless. The Shogun? The shogun of the era that would have been from the Muromachi era, was it? Akuro continued on. See, even she's like, what year was that? Some people are like American history, and you're like, I don't fucking know. When was that? When did this happen? Beats the fuck out of me. Sometime in the past, long before I was born. Like, and she's like, what era was that? I don't know. See? It's like, look, not everybody has a brain for history, okay? In the past, there were many vessels that were destroyed before they turned into Tsukumogami. Times changed and people began to save things more regularly. It's quite easy for a Tsukumogami to be born in the real world. I actually kind of like, I know we talked to the teacup and that was like the right answer, but I kind of like this one because we got a little bit of a fun little Tsukumogami lesson, you know what I mean? Oh, right, we can do this. Okay. Are you okay? I was like, wait, what? I missed the answer anyway. Are you okay? Yes. He doesn't sound okay at all. Maybe he left Azuchi Castle to be alone, but felt pressured to say hi when he saw me walking here. I made it a point not to press for any answers until Akuro brought it up himself. Well, please take care of yourself. Good night. I just felt it was a good moment to leave, but... Wait. Akuro grabbed me by the hand. Stay, and just a little while longer. Please, don't ask anything and just... For a little longer, will you stay by my side? Akuro's eyes were usually so quiet, but tonight I felt like they were clinging to me. Akuro... Just as he asked, I didn't say a thing. I nodded quietly. I sat down next to him for quite some time. I couldn't tell how long exactly. Maybe about an hour? It's almost time for me to clock out. As I had that thought, my phone alarm went off, telling me my overtime shift was over. Okay. Boop. Oopsie! What did I do? Oh, I guess I hit the right button. It's not what I meant to do, but... Throw them! Alright. This is a lie! They're pulling my leg, right? I get it, but judging by Shuten and Ibaragi's demeanor, I felt like they're going to keep egging me on until I throw them. Ibaragi's trying so hard to make it seem like he's not drunk, but he is. Shuten's one thing, but Ibaragi never gets this bad. I sighed, but popped the edamame out of the shell and prepared myself. You know, I'm not throwing them. These aren't roasted soybeans, and this isn't setsubun. Plus, we shouldn't be playing with food.
You're damn good.
Shuten opened his mouth wide and ate some edamame. These idiots! These drunk idiots! I like how we thought about it, though. Oh, I accidentally hit the thing and went to skip scene, which is fine because it went to the next choice. Nothing. Nothing! I couldn't ask him why he avoided the real world. I couldn't mention what Hajun said, so that's all I could say. It doesn't look like it's nothing. No. I looked down, feeling guilty. If you can't tell me with words, why don't you message it to me? Message? You taught me how the other day, remember? Using the device. Oh, the device. If there's something that's on your mind, I will always listen. Thank you. That came out weird. Thank you. Like, thank you. But the thing I want to ask him feels like I'm overstepping my boundaries, stomping right in with my shoes on. I won't force you, but you can feel free to message me about anything. Tokitsugu does that too. Ah, Sadie messages you a lot, huh? Most of the time he vents about piles of documents, or Yakumo, or even you. Or you even, sorry. I want to know what he said, but somehow managed to refrain from asking. Thanks to Sami's constant messages, it felt like the air lightened up a little. I felt like I needed to thank him in that sense, but I decided that I'd ask him not to mention me in his messages. Alright. Boop. Skip past previously read. Strap! I can't lose my cool. I have to stay calm. Stay calm. This should be the end then, okay. Excuse me. I opened the meeting room door and the Sakuma squad was chatting. They looked at me. Sorry for the wait. Akuro's waiting for you outside.
Ugh, finally. Thanks. You're an Ayakashimori. Are you reliable? If the Oni goes nuts, you better do your job. We can't afford a screw-up here.
God, he's insufferable. These guys have no idea who Akuro is or the Ayakashi who live in Sakuratani. He doesn't even try to get to know them. But Akuro did nothing wrong. I'm going to protect him no matter what. Yes, of course. Don't worry. I kept my cool and answered peacefully. My efforts worked, and Sakuma and his squad continued to talk to each other as they followed me. We went outside of the building. Akuro was standing next to Seimi and Yakumo. Akuro, when we parted ways earlier, I never imagined that this would happen.
This is Okuro, the Oni you wanted to meet. If there's something you want to ask, go.
The Oni of Sakuratani! I finally got you!
Before Seimi could even finish what he could say, Sakuma took a step forward and grinned as he approached Akuro. Akuro stared at him without showing any emotion.
You are part of the Matsurawano people, yes?
Yes.
I see. That answer is enough.
I can't do his voice anymore.
Hello?
He wanted to talk to Akuro so bad, but he stopped the conversation and he called someone right away. This can't be good. And what did he say that for? The term he just said, Matsurawano people. I feel like I've heard of it before. Well, more than that. Tokitsugu, Matsurawano people? Yakumo was confused and looked to Seimi for answers, but to no avail. He remained silent.
Hello? Yes, exactly. Yes, we'll handle it.
Sakuma finished his call and he looked at us. I looked at us, Ayakashimori.
I've received approval to seal that Oni. What? As soon as I get some information, we'll seal him right away. You Ayakashimori, get ready. What? What are you talking about? What's your problem? Do you plan on fighting me? Sammy, it doesn't seem like you're training your men right.
Yeah, hello, because I'm a woman, bitch. Blind. Really? I think otherwise. What did I do? Oh, what do I do? I have to do something. Even while Yakumo, Seimi, and Sakuma were talking, such thoughts just spun in my mind. Akuro's expression didn't change. He was unfazed. What's going through his mind? This was how I felt when I first met Akuro. And that feeling connected to this fear. I always used, and that feeling connected to this fear. Okay. I always used to be nervous in front of him. But that's no longer the case. It's quite fun to watch something transform. I want you to experience that, but I suppose it could be pretty dangerous as well. And that would make me very happy. Oh, I don't know. That would be fun. We're just thinking of his voice in our head. It's adorable. We're just buddies, though. Pals. But the possibility to become lovers in the future, we're just not there yet. You know, that's why the friendship we're ending is okay. Friends first. It's alright. Akuro laughed in front of me. It wasn't just laughing. His sad, melancholic side, he started to open up to me.
Ugh, despicable! How dare you talk back to me? Why do you think I'm making you help us? Listen to me. It's clear that the Oni is involved in this case. The higher-ups have given me word to subjugate all Aki.
I understand your reasoning, but what does that have to do with Okuro?
That Oni, Akuro used to be an Aki. As a result, he's a target of the subjugation.
I see. So, I don't really care about that.
What?
Seimi smiled at him, and Sakuma, who used to have a confident smirk, immediately looked surprised. Right. I couldn't care less about what you think of me.
Don't get me wrong.
Huh?
If you're going to say used to be, then all the Ayakashi and Sakuratani would be a target of your subjugation.
Wow, that's crazy. But he's right. What he used to be doesn't matter. I won't let you steal Akuro over that.
Good job, Yakumo. I just want to pet him on the head and give him a doggy biscuit. Good boy. Tokitsugu, Yakumo. I forgot how you can be sometimes. Akuro laughed again. I mean, putting him through all of this, I'm sure we hurt him a lot. Akuro almost closed himself off, but Seimi and Yakumo's words seemed like it eased it a bit. What am I doing? I can't even stick up for him. I'm so ashamed. I decided that I was going to protect Akuro.
How about you, Spacey?
Seimi prompted me, and finally I was able to shake myself up. I wiped my tears away and looked at the man I couldn't forgive, and I shouted to the Ayakashi I cared about. I don't care about that either. I don't care about the past. I believe in the Akuro I know him as now. No matter what his past was, Akuro now is not an Aki.
Spacey. That's why we refuse to apprehend Akuro, nor will we seal him. If you still claim to take him down, you should call another practitioner. I love Yakuma's puppet face.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of convincing to do.
Whoa. All of a sudden, an infinite amount of Shikigami that Seimi uses appeared. Seimi has a lot of Shikigami. It concerns me. He's dangerous. I love him, but he's dangerous. He asked them to convince us, but it looks like he's more ready for a battle. Then... Koya! Huh?
Koya popped up. He seemed to be shaking his head, but he still appeared.
What are you guys trying to pull? This is an act of treason!
Oh, of course not. I was just not satisfied with your reasoning, so I'm just asking you to give me time so you can convince me.
They were the ones that struck first! You can destroy the Ayakashimori too! Arrest that Oni while you do that! Huh? Oh!
Sakuma kicked at a man from the first, who stepped forward and cast a spell at us.
They attacked first. We're just standing here with our gang, yo. Looking menacing.
Oh god, give me a break. We didn't do anything. You were the one who struck first.
Seimi easily countered the spell with his defense spell, rolling his eyes. I want this in an anime. I just want to see Seimi's facial expressions as this is all happening. An Ayakashimori might be tricky, but I'm sure we can put up a good fight. Oh no, Akuro, don't! I feel like that came out really sarcastic. Oh no, Akuro, don't! Like, huh?
I somehow dodged an attack and looked toward Akuro.
The one who attacked first is to blame, right?
Akuro grabbed Sakuma's arm and easily lifted him up, and he tried to swing him down.
Akuro!
His cold gaze and the desire to kill him was clear, but I was afraid that Akuro would hurt Sakuma. Tokitaka's report. A chain flew out from somewhere and tied up Akuro and stopped him.
I know you're very upset, but you can't hurt him. If you hurt him, then you'll become an Aki Akuro. Tokiwa.
It was Chief Tokiwa who cast a perfect spell to stop Akuro. Tokitaka stood next to him.
You're amazing, Chief! I mean, yeah, but... Wait, what? I can't handle this game.
Forget that. Atsuya, you're late. They were the ones who attacked first. We were just protecting ourselves.
What are you saying, Tokitsugu? This will definitely go against us later without even figuring out the truth.
Your face is saying otherwise. I'm hearing, good job, kid. Do more.
Of course not. You know that I'm the type of person who wants to resolve things peacefully.
I wonder why I can't believe him.
She's saying my exact thoughts. He's like, I want to resolve things peacefully. And then just literally, why can't I believe him? Yeah, because both of them are shady bastards, but I love them so much. God, I love them. I looked next to me and Yakumo had a wry smile. I really just think my, Akuro's route is probably my favorite just because we just get some really good dynamic between Akuro, Seimi, and Tokiwa. Just the three of them together and just the shit is just like, I don't know, this is like peak. Like, this is like just amazing. I mean, I'm pretty sure in Seimi's route, Seimi and Tokiwa will also be amazing, but we also have Akuro and I love him. So like, just the three of them together is just, I just can't, like, I don't know. It brings me joy. Anyway.
Chief Tokiwa seemed to be unbothered by this, and he held up Akuro and looked towards Sakuma, who was quivering.
Sakuma, I suggest you leave Sakuratani at once and return to the real world. What? What are you saying? They are orders! I can't go home like this!
Sakuma, that order was belayed just a few minutes ago.
What?
I've always questioned why you deemed that an Aki was the culprit without much proof, why you kept doing that. So while helping your squad out, I've shared the information with my squad and had them investigate in tandem. And just earlier, we found a clue pointing to the real culprit behind this whole incident.
What?
Tokitaka told me the whole situation. You're a sloppy investigator, aren't you? Well, you had a reason to pin this on an Ayakashi instead of a ghost, now didn't you? Sakuma, who'd been so noisy a moment ago, turned pale and became silent. Sakuma, you made false reports to upper management, didn't you? You told them that the Aki's next target was going to be government officials. You made such claims and forced an Aki subjugation order.
The victim of the first case was a high-ranking government official, and he died because of your lack of ability in the case. You wanted to hide it, so you took advantage of the fact that my men were in the real world and tried to pin everything on Okuro.
Tokitaka explained the situation and Seimi was on the money. Sakuma started crying. Crying? What a little bitch.
Well, that's a little selfish now,
His words felt so chilling. He was just so angry. And his eyes are open. I just looked up and I was like, oh, he's glaring at us. You know what's funny? His sprite when he was fighting Akuro and it was like, oh my god, why are you so sexy, right? His eyes were weren't they blue as shit? And like now they're gray. What color are your eyes, Seimu? What color are your actual fucking eyes? Why do they change color? I don't know if I trust you even more now. I love him so much. He's such a fucking enigma. Anyway. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! What do you know? What would any of you know? They're just sinners! Sakuma started to flail his arms and legs around and tried to release himself from Akuro's grip. Although it is funny because it's like, Seimi's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And then his eyes were open. It's like, oh, he really is mad. When she said he's mad and I glanced up, I was like, oh yeah, his eyes are open. He's mad. Shit's gonna go down. Tokiwa, can you let me go already? I can do that, but don't hurt anyone, Akuro. Of course. Who would hurt such a fool? He's not worth it. Akuro's eyes slowly moved and met Sakuma's. Sakuma gulped and seemed to lose all power.
Huh. Did he faint?
Yeah, I don't think so. But I think his glare was scary enough to warrant fainting. Release. Chief Tokiwa muttered a spell and Akuro finally let go of Sakuma, who crumpled to the floor. Akuro! He was released from Chief Tokiwa's spell and I touched his bound arms. Are you okay? Does it hurt anywhere? You're making it sound like I was bullying Akuro. You were the evil person bullying me. Oh?
Akuro, I get you're all excited that Spacey's all worried about you, but you should stop while you're ahead.
Spacey, there's another evil person. Love this. He was bullying me. How dare you? He's bullying me too. I just love the three of them. Okay, the three of them and this little mini-man harem right here is amazing and I love it. Seeing Akuro interacting with Seimi and the others in his usual way, I felt the tears that I was holding back stream down my face. Spacey. Akuro, I'm so sorry. I promise you I'll become a better Ayakashimori, the kind that can protect you. That sure sounds reassuring. As I was wiping my tears, I felt Akuro patting my head softly. I think the true evil is not fitting for this. Damn you! You framed me! You think you have a place in Division 1?
I think you need to worry more about yourself than my brother, Sakuma.
Yep, I've made reports to the higher-ups already, so I'm sure you'll find out what's gonna happen to you in the next few days. The two of these motherfuckers. I love it when fucking Tokiwa has that look on his face like that smile, like, yeah, motherfucker. That face! I love it. I suggest you head back to the real world before you do something even more stupid. Brrr. Sakuma, who was still sitting weakly, stood up. Despite how he charged so gallantly earlier, ever since Akuro had captured Sakuma, his squad fell silent. But then they approached. Sakuma, were you lying to even us? Shut up! Sakuma swatted away his subordinates as if they were flies and walked over to the gate to the real world alone. Tokitaka bowed at us. He led the remaining Division 1 agents and followed Sakuma.
That's their boss. Poor little guys.
If he was a man like Tokitsugu, then things could have gone under the radar. Good thing he was a fool.
Oh? It's rare to hear you compliment me, Akuro. That's right. You can be thankful that I'm on your side.
It was your little brother and Tokiwa that saved me this time.
What? Come on. Which is it? You just called him evil a moment ago.
Sammy and Akuro were chatting with one another as we walked toward Makatsui. Lucky. I stared at their backs as if looking into a dazzling light, right? She's like, lucky, the two of them. Truth revealed. A few days later...
Hey, guys, I got good news today. Tokitoka's squad was able to detain the Aki that was causing trouble in the real world.
What? Really? Wait, so the culprit was...
It was actually an evil spirit. Its grudge was bad and it was on the verge of transforming. I mean, it was already killing people.
That reminded me of the gruesome details in the report that I didn't want to remember. I almost forgot about it. He did it on purpose.
So, that's the good news. But now for the bad news. You may have noticed that Makatsui is in trouble right now.
In trouble? I don't recall seeing any issues during my rounds. What could have happened?
Hajun and the Oni found that Okuro was involved with the Division 1 incident and are pissed.
Oh, Shuten said the same thing to me. He was mad that his brother was almost sealed. All of them are upset. Really? When I went on my rounds, they seemed normal. What? What? I don't think so. Maybe they assumed you weren't around when it happened.
Maybe it's because Okuro would get mad.
Just because Akuro would get mad is not a reason.
It's a guy thing, right, Tadashi?
They're so setting me up for something. Like, don't ask me!
Well, I took some sake from the real world as an apology. What about you, Tadashi?
What? You too? For me, they even told me the brand that they wanted and snacks that paired with it. This is so odd. For me, none of the Makatsui people act like anything even happened. That sure sounds reassuring. Huh. We'll find out. That's right. Even Akuro, who had gone through so much. Makatsui Onis. I agreed to patrol Makatsui instead of Yakumo, who said he was afraid of what they'd ask him to buy next. Perfect timing. I can ask them what it all means. Oh, and they're pretending to be mad. What? Hajun's making a fuss, telling everyone that if they acted mad, they'd get apology gifts for making a fuss over it. And they got Tokutsugu and Yakumo to send gifts, and they even got people we don't know at all to send us high-end sake and trinkets. This is basically extortion! Well, that's the right way to phrase it. You're absolutely correct. This isn't the time to be laughing! How can you just let them do that? I don't think it's good, but I also get a portion, so I have no problem with it for now. Maybe Akuro's actually really mad. I mean, how often does this happen in the long life of an Ayakashi? If everyone feels sorry for me anyway, then the least I can do is accept their offerings. He laughed as he poured himself a cup of sake. Don't you usually drink tea? Yes, I do, but my life has been nice and lazy lately. Oh no, Akuro's starting to live like all the other Oni, drinking in the daytime. It's all because he was involved in the incident. I was there, but I couldn't protect him. I made him suffer. Considering that, I couldn't tell him to stop either. This just depressed me. Akuro, are you still mad? I mean, what happened to him was horrible. It's only natural. I don't know. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But I never wanted to hate anyone either. Maybe I changed a bit. You said you'd protect me. That made me so happy that the anger and grudges I felt had softened. I feel at peace now. Oh my god, this CG is hot! Akuro offered the cup of sake to me. Jesus, stop it! I mean, I was thinking like one of the kissy CGs or the huggy one bit, but no, this is our end. Like, this is like, he's just devilishly hot right now. Stop it. You're going to become an accomplice. I don't care about Yakumo and Tokiwa, but I want you to keep this a secret from Tokitsugu. Huh? Why just a secret from Seimi? Well, for Hajun, Shuten, and Ibaragi and the others, I'm sure they'll get over it. For now, I just want to lean on their kindness. Why don't you have a drink with me, Spacey? Okay. I answered and took the sake down in one gulp. I still have work to do. I know, but it's okay. And Tokitsugu sometimes drinks a few cups if an Ayakashi offers it to him during work. I don't think that makes it okay, but I've never seen Akuro look so happy before. I love his, like, evil grin. Oh my god. This CG, too, is one of those ones you're looking, you're like, you think you know the type of character Akuro is just from this CG, and he's totally not at all what you expect. That's why I love him so much. I mean, I love him, but, like, I also like the fact that he wasn't what I expected, so. Sammy can drink a few cups because he's got the tolerance for it. Spacey. Suddenly I felt a great urgency. Are you curious about my past? I contemplated for a second, but what I felt about it wasn't a lie. I don't mind. No matter what your past is, it shaped the gentle Akuro in front of me now. I see. He's blushing, how cute. Yes, I believe you, Akuro. What am I gonna do with you, Spacey? What? You've truly neglected your duty today. Maybe I should message Tokitsugu. You can't! He just called me by my name. He's been calling you by your name the whole time. That's so weird. Because it's weird, because Spacey is our first name, and he keeps calling it Spacey, and then this time he said Shino, which would have been her first name, and then she's like, he called me by my name. He's called you by your name the whole time. I don't understand this. I guess maybe in the Japanese version, he's calling her Akitsu, and then, like, the Shino parts is where it should be your first name, but they just didn't, and that's where the coding issue is. So, like, in the English version, they're like, oh, okay, wherever it says normally her last name, put the first name in. And then when it says the first name, they didn't code to say also put the first name, but, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, doesn't matter. I can call Tokitsugu and Yakumo right now and do a debriefing of the other day. Sammy's a bad influence on him, but I'm relieved to see him enjoying his time. I'm sure Akuro will be like this in the future. And I know that he's going to keep my heart pounding. And that's fine. No, I want it that way. My wish hasn't changed. I want Akuro to laugh a lot, sleep well, and enjoy his life in Sakuratani. Yeah, that's all I want. For now. And Oni and his friend. Friendship end. That's all I want. For now. Going around Makatsui. It's kind of like, that should have been, that's the perfect place to end it, and then it's like, let's keep going. This is the only thing about this game. We're at time now, and it's dark as fucking here, but whatever. It's been 2 days since Akuro and I became drinking partners. I was spending my day off in my room when I got a message. I like how we got the little kitty catcher. Oh, it's Akuro. They changed that in the little thing, it's cute. We're drinking the sake Tokitsugu gave us. Why don't you come over to Azuchi Castle? Oh, they're drinking the apology sake again. I visited Makatsui often to teach Akuro how to use his phone. He's gotten very good at typing. That happened because Makatsui had been pressing for apologies and pretending to be mad, so Sammy and Yakumo kept asking me to go on patrol there. I wanted to honor Akuro's wishes, so as promised, I remained an accomplice to their extortion, but I also felt it was time to reveal the truth. Okay, I've made up my mind. I opened my screen and sent a few messages. We told on him. Faking anger. Hello, Akuro. It's Spacey. I called from outside Azuchi Castle and heard footsteps approaching. Spacey, you're finally here. I heard you're very good at Umo. We have offerings of board games, sake. Oh, offerings, huh? Sammy's fucking little smirk is so funny. Because it's so shady. Hajun, that's so messed up! You said you were having nightmares of Akuro being sealed and only board games could stop them! You believe that? I had a feeling this was the case. We got played. Hey, Spacey! You betrayed us! Hajun, we deceived them first. Oh. From behind Hajun came Akuro, holding a bottle of sake in one hand and Umo cards in the other. I think it's Umo cards instead of Uno. They were like, we can't do Uno, it will get sued. Umo. Hey, Akuro. Aren't you the one who can stop all of this? Why are you having fun with them? What is my position? So much happened, it seems that I've lost my memories. What? If you end up like that, Akuro, then what's going to become of Makatsui? Fighting, deceiving, every day a game tournament. Not about right. Doesn't sound too different from what it is now.
Our cover is blown. Oh well, I'm not mad at all. So do not worry. You come on in. Let's all go inside and have a feast.
Should we do something or should we not?
That's a waste of time. It's rare to have all of you gather like this. Let's drink, sing, and enjoy ourselves. Tokitsugu, you can let loose and return to the day you came to apologize that first time.
I refuse to ever go back to that, and I'm not gonna get wasted today.
Today? They're so close, Seimi and Akuro. Compared to the beginning, I feel like I've gotten pretty close to them too. But seeing how comfortable they were with one another, I was a little envious. I think Akuro would never ask Seimi if he cared about his past. He's confident that it wouldn't matter to Seimi. No, he asks you because he's in love with you! But we haven't gotten there. It's okay, we're friends first. I want to be that dependable of a friend to Akuro too.
What's the matter? Why are you staring, Spacey?
A morning drink to get over the hangover. I don't drink this morning, I didn't drink this morning, nor am I hungover. The last time I drank was 2 days ago with you.
Oh, you drank alone with Akuro. I'd like to hear about that.
What? I want to hear too. No, you're playing Umo with me and Shuten.
Why me? Oh no, we haven't even walked into the castle yet, and this already feels crazy. That's what I love about this. A few hours later, and Oni and his friends.
Yeah, Umo!
No, when are you gonna remember the rules?
This is boring. I'm tired of Umo. Let's play the next game.
Oh, come on! I'm tired. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. The physical aptitude to be able to keep up with an Ayakashi, you're very powerful. You sleeping? There was one new Ayakashimori who fell asleep faster than everyone.
So, tell me the truth.
What are you talking about? As he lay a blanket on top of the slim body fast asleep, his friend asked him something.
You're actually mad about all that, right? But you're still by our side because of her.
Who knows? Leone didn't answer and only smiled, but the hand that patted her head was very gentle. Aw, see? I kind of like this because it's like we're gonna become lovers, we just haven't gotten there yet. I love it. I like the friend ending. You're like, stop! But see, the thing that's bad about the friend ending is you're like, but no, but I want us to be in love! And then it just ends there, which we know we're going to. But if that was like the actual game ending, it'd be depressing. You know what I mean? It'd be sad. Because you'd be like, but I want to see, I can't see my buttons. You know what I mean? You'd want to, no, you'd want to have the romance end if that was the only ending. But it being the good end, you're like, I know we're going to become lovers later because I've already seen it in the best end, right? So anyway, here we are. Going to the mall with our boyfriend. We're the peppy cheerleader and he's like the emo goth. That's just the face he's making. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, this one's so sad, but he looks happy. And that's, I think, what hurts the most about this one. Is he looks happy it's okay, because it's you. And it does set it up so perfectly for her to, leave a little kiss on the ice statue, like he's leaning in for a kiss, but it's so sad, but it's so pretty at the same time. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry. And then my favorite. I love this of the new ones. Oh my god. Yeah. No, I like Akuro's route a lot. I think he's one of my favorite. He is my favorite. Well, he's my favorite of the Ayakashi. We'll see what happens when if Seimi stays my favorite, just based off my eyeball love, my looking at the game card and being this one. I love him the best. We'll see what happens. But anyway, it's way over time, so I'm gonna wrap this here, and I will see you guys next time, and we will start Shu's route, who has just never been around, so what the fuck? I forgot he existed. Anyway, we'll do his next, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.